Here are the lights on Coventry Street celebrating Ramadan, and up there you see Happy Ramadan. In front of us we have Piccadilly Circus and then the road Piccadilly. Quite a few theatres in the West End are named after royalty. Originally, the theatres were mainly on the South Bank and they weren't named after royalty. They had names like the Globe, the Rose, the Curtain, the Fortune, the Swan, the Hope. And royalty didn't really patronise the theatres. Royalty sent for the actors. They summoned them to court. And actors in those days worked on pretty much empty stages. The same local people were going to theatres all the time. And you didn't need much in the way of set or scenery, and you couldn't really have it because they were putting on different plays regularly. A play might only last 2 or 3 days. So the idea of building a castle when you might only need the castle once seemed a bit pointless. So instead of that, the actors in the dialogue would say, "Now we are at the castle, my friend." And we became known in the English language as the audience, auditorium. It's all about going to listen to a play. And then the West End started in the 1660s. Charles II, after 18 years of Puritan rule, decided to commission royal theatres, theatre royals. The first two were the Theatre Royal Lincoln's Inn and the Theatre Royal Drury Lane. And that's in Covent Garden, still there to this day. And then theatres like this sprang up in the 18 and early 1900s. This is the Prince of Wales Theatre showing the Book of Mormon. So theatres for a while were still being named after royal figures. The Prince of Wales, the Duke of York's, the Prince Edward. And there was one down here called the Royal Comedy Theatre, which has changed its name now to the Harold Pinter. So a lot of theatres now are named after theatre royalty. So you have the Gielgud, the Sondheim, the Harold Pinter, the Gillian Lynn. We're walking down Oxenden Street. There's a pub at the end, a fascinating tale of a man named Tom Cribb. He was also known as the Black Diamond. He was a bare-knuckle fist fighter, and he was a royal security guard as well. And he worked in this pub. And when he passed away, they named the pub after him. So a bare-knuckle fighter, Tom Cribb. And he fought in the early 1800s. And he won his first fight after 76 rounds. It's also been seen in Thackeray's Vanity Fair. It's also mentioned by Arthur Conan Doyle as Tom Cribb's Salon. And here's the Harold Pinter, one of the greatest writers and actors in the English language. Every time we pass this theatre, there's a new show on. So at the moment, it's A Little Life, starring the great James Norton, one of the great actors who now is always being touted as possibly the next James Bond. Harold Pinter Theatre holds about 900, one of the smaller West End theatres. But every 2 or 3 months they have a new play here. So do join me again. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Intermission Tours. And as I walk along to Haymarket, do make sure you keep an eye out for any live streams that I will be doing. Get in touch, you can book a tour privately as well. And I'll leave you be for now. Lots of love. Take care.